Okay, I'll show you my San Francisco Pano. It's almost done anyway, so you may as well take a look at it. But this was shot in 2009 with a Canon 1D Mark II, a tank. Even in 2009, this was an ancient camera, and basically 7-8-year-old camera at the time. But it did a wonderful, wonderful job, and it just goes to show you what you can do with, minimalist stuff. Now, this is a pano that resulted from 22 images that were stitched together, and the size of the file is 450 megs. Now, that's the file size. The resolution of this image, believe this or not, is about 80 megs out of an 8 megapixel camera. And let me show you the detail that you can get when you get into something like that. So this just goes to show you that there's, 22 images with one single panoramic stitching project. Photoshop spit it right out, no problem. It took about 20 minutes to process, but it did it, and it didn't stop, and it didn't choke anything, and nothing crashed. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this, and let me show you how basically this is going to look. And I'm going to direct your attention to this building right here. Now, both of these are condo buildings right at the edge of downtown in San Francisco, right off the Bay Bridge. So it's a prime location. These are $1 million properties in here, and we're going to zoom in. Now, keep in mind, I want to direct your attention to this number right here. This is the degree of magnification that this image has on it so far. So we're only 10% zoomed in. Let's keep going. Look at the detail that's coming out. And yes, the noise is coming out too, but we'll deal with that later. 100%. 101. Doesn't matter. Close enough for rock and roll. Let's go 101. Look, you can see the railings on the balconies of these condo units. Right here. Unbelievable. I mean, the detail in these images is just not to be believed. And yeah, you can read the lettering on the Hills Brothers coffee sign that's famous in downtown San Francisco. Look at the detail on the bridge. Yeah, there's noise in there. We'll deal with that later. But the point of the matter is that the detail is unbelievable. If you've got one of the newer cameras that's older than or rather newer than a 1D Mark II, you're going to get even better results. This camera is a noise monster, and I'm going to have to really process this for noise. But that aspect of it aside, you can see that even with an 8 megapixel camera, an ancient 8 megapixel camera, you can still get incredible results. So let's go back out again, and we'll come back out. And I have no idea how or when I'm going to print this. I know I want to print it. It's just a matter of who can handle it, how big do I want it, and so on and so on. But that just goes to show you, this is the extreme of what PhotoMerge can do. When you're doing 4 and 5 and 6 images, which is about typical, it's going to be unbelievable, truly unbelievable. So let's go ahead and finish the image we were working on in the previous lesson. I'm going to hit Control-J on the PC, Command-J on the Mac, and establish 2 copy layers. I'm going to choose the middle layer. I'm going to disconnect the top layer. Let's look at a blend mode, and that's a good starting point. I wanted to increase the contrast on this, so far so good. So I'm liking that adjustment. Let's go ahead and adjust some color here. I want to flatten this because I want to get rid of the blend. So let's go ahead and establish more copy layers. And I want to take this one, disappear with that. Go Image, Adjustments, Color Balance, and I want to get rid of some of the blue that's in there. Just a little bit too much blue, especially on these rocks down here. Especially on the rocks. So yeah, that's looking a lot better. Let's go ahead and hit OK. And now I want to come up and go Image, Adjustments, Curves, and let's put a little more contrast down in the valley there. The Grand Canyon, if you've never been there, is one of those places that words cannot adequately do justice to, much less photographs. It's just no describing it. It's unbelievable. So let's go ahead and hit that. And I think I like that result. Before and after, much better. All right, so the layers, and then let's go ahead and delete the top layer. Delete. Yes, I want to delete. I'm going to establish another copy layer. Choose the middle. Disconnect the top. Now we're going to adjust for the clouds. And we're just going to just punch way down like this. Establish a mask. Come get the brush and enlarge the size of the brush with the right bracket key. And I don't want to go 100%, I want to blend this in, so let's go down to 15 or thereabouts, and then just come up to the top and just start painting in until it looks the way you want it to look. And we'll just paint, and notice the mask up here is starting to go away the more we paint. And I want to kind of bring out some detail over here in this area, which obviously is brighter. And I just paint and paint and paint. That's looking a lot better. See how that's being balanced out a little more? You're bringing out some of the other colors that were in here, especially over in this area here. Okay, we've got that. Now let's pick the middle layer, go up to Image, Adjustments, and I'm going to boost the saturation. And I want to leave that the way it is. Now I'm going to go Image, Adjustments, Color Balance again, and let's try to punch out a little more redness, a little more pink red, something other than that overwhelming blue. Ah, looking much better. Much better. Okay, that's looking real good like that. Say OK. Now I'm going to collapse again, flatten the image. Control J on the PC, Command J on the Mac, and look at this. See, high memory usage from Adobe Photoshop CS6. And yes, that's true because this is a large image. We're making the computer work for its pay. Now what I want to do is choose the middle again, come down, and I want to darken this area on the left. See, how do I want to do this? I want to do exposure. Let's just do curves again. There you go. I guess that'll work. I'm going to spend all the time in the world on it, just enough to balance things out a little bit. Can grab our mask, brush is okay, opacity at 16%. I just, come on. So we just want to paint out this area right here. Try to balance it out some. You know, you don't want to do too much, you don't want to go too crazy, but there is detail here and there's color over here, and I want to bring that in, and I also want to kind of darken the top areas of the image to balance out what's down here, because you want to guide the eye of the person who's looking at this. And I'm going to go 100% on my opacity, and let's just see what happens. Well, that could be a bit much, but we'll just leave it. Let's go across the top. There you go. Now you'll notice some sensor dust. Let me show you the sensor dust right here, and right here. You have to be aware of that. Since these were three images that were stitched together, and I took these images obviously 1 second apart very, very quickly, you're going to duplicate the sensor dust. So that's something you have to watch out for. Now the other piece of sensor dust is over here, and apparently it was drowned out with the bright colors and the detail. But right here you got 3 hunks of something on the sensor, and you gotta get that off of there. So just be aware that you're going to confront that from time to time. So this is looking a lot better. I like this image a lot better, and there's more than you can do to it, and I think we'll just, for the sake of simplicity, go ahead and flatten it, and then we come up to Image, Adjustments, one last little tweak, which is saturation, maybe another tweak. Okay, we'll do one more. Come down to color balance, and let's take out just a little more of that blue. I want to bring out some more of that red and pink. It's in there just like that. Image, Adjustments, and saturation. And it's not a finesse project, but you get the idea. That's more resembling what I saw when I was standing on the edge of the canyon wall. So there you have it. Complete treatise on beautiful, beautiful panoramic stitched images, and you can do it too in Photoshop CS6.